know is I had the time of my life, man. Like, the experience was well worth it, dude. Just the sort going through experiences is what it's all about. And if you gotta martyr yourself to, for the whole world just to get that experience, I think it's worth it, man.
Right, because you're going to feel yourself coming out of your shell. And everybody should come out of their shell. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, that's
in some sense.
That's one of the biggest problems with people nowadays is they're putting on masks, and then they go, hey, that mask is not a good enough mask because my mask does that, while your mask does not do that.
That reminds me of something. I saw something recently that said something about we wear masks these days. And I'm trying to remember exactly what it was. We all wear masks. We all wear a mask. We put on a mask to hide.
Yeah, because if we don't wear the mask,
some preacher.
We're vulnerable.
We're afraid of our own ugliness, but the fact that we don't realize that our ugliness is just a projection or a misconception of a past memory.
It's not ugly. It's not ugly at all. We're actually like fucking.
We're beautifully ugly. We're hideously beautiful.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
We're perfectly hideous.
It's better to be all of the spectrum than just beautiful or just ugly. And we're the whole fucking thing, you know?
We all are together, but somehow the people who think that they have the best of both worlds, or a little bit of both, are just dividing themselves away from the other two spectrums. Everybody who's like right in the middle is kind of like isolation. It's an isolation and a sanctioning.
But we're not isolated.
Maybe of recessive traits, but who knows?
It's all about, it has a lot to do with time, dude.
It's a lot to speculate about. I seem to keep looping through the same phases over and over again, and until I get what I'm trying to, the lesson I'm getting, and I never get the fucking lesson. Like,
the lesson
is just fucking leave it to be. Don't interfere with it. That's the lesson.
You don't have to let things be, man.
No.
Let me talk about this. You think the Tesla dude, got where he was by letting things be?
Tesla? I think he intervened with what he had already.
Tesla was the kind of guy where he would stop, man.
Yeah. I think Tesla was a good innovator for his time.
So, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the fact that there's time. That's getting a lot of, getting a lot of confusion, because the fact that this can be this way then, and then 10 minutes from now it can be that way, people don't understand that can happen that way. So they have to find out, they have to create even more time doing this, because of that it didn't work out in the way they wanted it to, because of the fact that the time, so that's what's really fucking us up.
Right.
Is the time.
Because time is like...
It's fleeting as fuck, dude. I could open the door and shout pussy whips and then close it. The people outside are gonna spend the next day and a half wondering what the fuck is going on. Even though on the inside, I'm alright.
On the inside, they probably don't... They probably don't care that much. Like, that's a good example. Is disruption.
That's an example.
Disruption is just disruption. Disruption is just a breaking of the, there's a balance that's like always present, that's always kind of, it's conditioned by society, and when people break that balance open, it's kind of like opening a time capsule, right?
Yeah, they're breaking the fucking time fucking continuum.
It brings them back to something else. But so you're saying we should just continuously
let go, man.
Accumulate all of the time periods and just... I think that what we're trying to do is build a bridge between the time periods, between our cultures and our ancestors.
We're slicing the division like physically.
Like cutting and like slicing a pear.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying about that?
Well, yeah.
You're talking about it. Wow.
Am I talking about something completely different?
No, you're talking about something that I wanted to talk about with you. I haven't been able to talk about with you. you finally got off the table.
All right. Well, I think one of the reasons was I wasn't answering you because I didn't even realize that you were you didn't realize my mic wasn't turned on, and neither did I. So that was a big factor. Another thing I wanted to bring up is all the gasoline's going to run out pretty soon. How are people going to react when the gas prices shoot way up and the subsidies on oil and all that stuff tries to take over, just panicking out of their own economic...
You go to the people in charge, and the people in charge don't speak their mind about it, and that's where they're fucking ass.
Okay.
Because we haven't reached that point yet where they have to talk about it. It's almost there, though,
It's got to be pretty soon. I mean, I was thinking, you can totally make a hydro... I was talking to my friend the other day, well, not really my friend, but just somebody from Facebook, and what really interested me was he said that you can make a hydro-powered engine, just $500 of supplies. All you need is, some gas, some big water jugs, and divided down the middle, and you just gotta have a positive electric charge on one side and a negative electric charge on the other side, so the water cycles around, and it electrolysis or whatever divides the hydrogen from the oxygen, and it propels the engine. So it's actually really fairly simple, and it's the fact that how could something like that be so ubiquitously so well known and so abundant. It's so abundant, yet nobody tries to do that. They just all get pulled back. And we got to figure out what is this dogma that is gravitating us all back to needing to go back to these bad habits, to reiterate these ways of just consumption, waste, and what is it about the human?
Besides what you just said.
About what?
Do you have any examples?
Gasoline is a great example. We just keep going back.
Think we're going back to gasoline?
No, I think we just haven't moved forward to something else. Enough. We centralize our culture around gasoline and not around something more renewable. So
That's
what is it?
Reason.
It's for a reason. Why? So you think we rape our resources?
So we don't. Yeah, they're trying to control the amount of resources and all that good stuff, and they can't do that if it's free, so...
Well, it can't be free, but it should at least be more sustainable, that's what I'm saying.
It can be free.
It can be better. It can be still regulated and still... Just think about it. They don't have to put GMOs. I think Obama just passed something while everybody was distracted about gay and marriage and lesbian. He passed some regulation on food, on GMO food, I don't know the exact, I'll look it up.
Okay, but what did he do?
What did he do? He signed in a bill just like he has before, under the radar without anybody really, knowing or debating it. So it's just kind of it's under the table thing, really. I'll go find out the name of it. He signed in a bill to allow Big Pharma and the DEA and stuff to cut the regulations on. Yeah, they can put more. They have more freedom of what they want to put and stuff. I hear they put fetus parts in Pepsi and shit. So.
Here, I got a little thing to make your noodle. He's actually doing that so it can appear to the outside as if he's compliant, when in fact he's not compliant. He has his own plan.
No, he's not compliant at all. He's doing something that is completely, actually, kind of fucked up.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is he's doing it to remain compliant. So when he actually decides to do what he's gonna do, bada boom. You know what I'm saying?
So you're saying he's just trying to be consistent. He's being consistently tyrannical.
Yeah, for the reason of staying in power for as long as he needs to stay in power.
Which is probably for a long time. He's probably going to try to stay in power for... Well, looking at it this way, how many presidents have had 3 terms? Think of it that way. And think of all the presidents that have tried to pull the strings to get that. They didn't have as much authority socially over the other branches of government as Obama. He's an unprecedented rate. I think honestly Obama has lied consistently. I think that he has got something secret that he is not addressing, and I think most of his words are really specifically drawing away from the point that he's getting that of what he's doing. It's all avoiding. It's all avoiding. It all, it's fleeting, neurolinguistic.
That's what they all do,
speech, man.
anyways.
Well, yeah, but he's direct about it, but he seems to act like it's no big deal, and nobody seems to really care. Who's really the one suffering in all of this? I mean, we gotta think. Who is...
Most people are suffering anyways.
Do you think it's just the fact that they don't notice a difference? They think everything's been the same consistently all along? Because I think that...
A big part of it is, if you allow that to go on, other things can go on. And what I mean by that is, if that goes on...
They give it
like
cold
if they
shoulder.
To, then the positive aspect of that can emerge from that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what the positive is emerging from...
That's something new that we haven't really,
Positivity of the New Age democracy?
Yeah, ever since the 2012 debacle thingy. But now that's over with, we can now put our minds and hearts, move forward finally, instead of going backward. Like, oh, it's one more day to 2012, I got the shit 5 times before that date, or I will lose my...
Yeah, but
my
you realize...
house to this dude. You know?
But that's all... Listen, that's,
My point is the positive. That's what's really positive.
It's a good look. Well, no, that's like a subjective viewpoint, because how did you really believe in 2012 was going to be some kind of like catastrophic?
That's the thing. I just use that as a reference.
That's your reference point?
That's my reference point to the fact that...
Because my personal thought, everything...
Obama is going to be pivotal in that actual fomenting of the positive movement.
Well, everybody uses something. I mean, think of it this way. Maybe 2012 was hyped up by the media just so that when it came and passed and nothing bad happened, they could say, oh, thank God nothing bad happened, 2012 passed, so while we were all relieved and happy, they could go behind the scenes and pull more shit. And we wouldn't care. We'd be so passive to it.
Well,
and
that's
thankful.
The thing, is they've been doing that all along, but
2012 is just another
thing
they just used to.
We're actually moving forward. It's you gotta see the paradox of the top of the room.
Right.
Instead of looking at the bottom.
Alright, I gotta cut this video right now. I'm gonna start a new sanction if you want. I think we should probably get something planned to get collaborate with more people on these matters. Except it doesn't have to be that serious, though. We're just joking. Just joshing, pulling your string, pulling your leg.
This is all